my discredit, I was not aware of the challenges that veterans face before it became very personal for me. It's hard to talk about this publicly. I lost my brother to suicide 2 years ago. He was in the Navy. He served a full term. You know, there's a lot of effort and time that goes into recruiting, which I appreciate because we need our service members and we appreciate you so much for what you do for our country. And it hurts my heart that I did not know more about this until it became very personal. The challenges that service members face, especially their first year coming home. And we had a lot of conversations because I was very close to him within that year. Actually, he and I first connected while he was still serving, and he was on the ship during the pandemic in 2020, and he was facing a lot of additional challenges because of the isolation requirements. And their ship was not allowed to dock for long periods of time, longer than normal because of the isolation requirements that we all were experiencing during 2020. But keep in mind, military professionals were experiencing the pandemic in a much deeper way than we were. When he came home, what breaks my heart is he came home to a world that was even more isolated, which added a whole nother dynamic. And we talked a lot about the challenges that he was facing about finding a sense of belonging in the business community. Not just the business community and the community in general, but he was trying to find his place. And from what I understand, the statistics are there to show that it's especially hard for veterans to find a job within that first year. They tend to move around a lot, trying to find their sense of belonging. There can be a lot of upheaval financially for them, which was the case with my brother as well, because he was struggling mentally, you know? And here's the thing, a lot of service members find it difficult to speak up when they need help, or to be vulnerable about the emotions and what they're going through, because for their whole term, I feel that there are probably many that feel that they cannot be weak, right? They cannot need support because they are the support. They need to be there for everybody else. And when they come home, it's probably difficult for them to recognize how to be there for themselves. And they still are caught up in this mentality of, what do I need to be for the greater good? And maybe they're struggling with their sense of purpose because they didn't perform an active duty the way that they expected, right? They didn't go to war, and they come home and they're trying to still find the sense of purpose, and they're feeling hopeless. And they're on top of it, they're trying to reacclimate with family and friends. They're trying to find a job that's going to be their next chapter. They're trying to connect with a sense of community. They're also trying to make sure that their mental health, physical health is intact. There are so many things. So what I'm asking is for those who are watching right now, please think about the veterans in your community. Ask how you can support. It's one thing to say, thank you for your service, but it's another thing to say, how can we support you? Let's do that, because there needs to be more support. There needs to be a voice. Let's stand for those who stood for us.